Okay, students, let us continue. The next topic is behavior of a gas. Okay, so first let us quickly read what is written and then I'll explain. A stone is thrown upwards in air. A stone thrown upwards in air reaches a certain height and falls back to the ground. Okay, a very obvious thing. Its motion can be described well with the help of Newton's laws of motion. A gas that is enclosed in a container is characterized by its pressure, volume, and temperature. You all can mark this point. This is the macroscopic description of the gas. You all can underline this as well. Now, what is macroscopic description? What is microscopic, macroscopic stand for? Like I know that you all already know the meaning of micro and macro. Okay. The micro is at a smaller scale, macro is at a larger scale. Okay, fine. Now, what is microscopic? Microscopic stands for at atoms level, okay, at a very small level. Macroscopic is like overall at system level, okay, fine. So, if there is a gas, if there's gas present in a container, the pressure, volume, and temperature is of that overall container, not of one gas molecule. Okay, it's like of the entire system that is there. So that is known as macroscopic description. I hope you all understood this. You know that the particles of gas or molecules are in constant motion. The very first thing that I mentioned, kinetic theory of gases, kinetic theory states that atoms and molecules are in constant motion. Unlike in the case of motion of stone, it is very difficult to understand the behavior of a gas in terms of motion of a single particle or molecule. Now, they have stated like वो जो stone का example है. So it is very easy to study because there's only one stone in the picture. But that is not the scenario in cases of gas. Okay, so gas is present in a container. Inside a container, there are many gas molecules which are moving here and there, okay, which are in random motion, which are constantly moving. So if I have to study for one particle, like one gas molecule, it is not possible. Okay, like if I have to study the properties, so what we do is we study overall. Okay, we study at macroscopic level, not at microscopic level, because it is not possible. One of the reasons, so I'll explain your something to you all. Now say students, what happens is that when particles are in constant motion, or when gases or the gas molecules are in constant motion, they collide with each other. Okay, you all know this. So when collision happens, okay, when collision happens, for example, let me consider momentum of one particular molecule. So when collision is happening, the momentum is transferred from that first body to the second body. Okay. So that is the reason I cannot take that first body and simply study it, or simply study the exact properties of that particular body. Body implying over here a molecule. Okay. Because we are talking about gases. So that is not possible. Okay. Because of this constant motion, their properties are not steady. They are constantly changing. Okay. So what we do is, instead of studying for single particles, we study average. We take average, or I can say like for overall, we study overall or at macroscopic level. It is written ahead. See, we'll come across it. I'll again read the statement. See, unlike in the case of motion of stone, it is very difficult to understand the behavior of a gas in terms of motion of a single particle. You can underline this. It is very difficult to understand. The number of particles in the gas itself is so large, approximately 10 raised to 23 particles per meter cube. Okay, because your one mole has the Avogadro number of molecules in it, right? Or particles in it. Yes or no? So ऐसे तो कितने सारे moles है, कितने सारे particles हो गए, है ना? So that any attempt to relate the macroscopic parameters, this pressure, volume, temperature, energy, all these things, macroscopic means they are calculated for the entire system, not one molecule. Okay, that is what it means. Uh, all these macroscopic parameters, P, V, T, and E, with the motion of individual particles would be futile. Okay, that is, it would be pointless. This, the meaning of this particular word is pointless. Okay, fine. All right. Now, if I move ahead, what I explained to you all, it is written over here in this last paragraph. Okay, so I read just 1 minute. Yeah. So see this last paragraph, student. Hence, certain assumptions are made regardless the particles, molecules of a gas, averages of physical quantities over the large number of particles involved are obtained, and these averages are finally related to the microscopic parameters of the gas. So as I said, instead of studying properties of one molecule, which is not possible, we take average of all of them. Okay, fine. All right. So what you all can do is here, like in order to summarize everything, you all can write a statement over here. Okay, you all can write a statement that is average properties of gases are studied. Okay, average properties of gases are studied. Here you all can write. In fact, that is what is written in this paragraph as well. Okay, average properties of gases are studied. Okay, and these averages are finally related to the macroscopic parameters. This is the approach of kinetic theory of gases. Okay, so another explanation about kinetic theory is that, see, firstly, it is a study about atoms, molecules which are in random motion. Why we are specifically talking about gases? Because obviously the molecules of gases are in more motion as compared to other states. Okay, another thing, my kinetic theory of gases considers average properties because it is not possible to study exact properties of one molecule. We have to consider the average of all of them. And we will be studying these average properties ahead. Like in this chapter ahead, they have given certain properties as well. Okay, fine. All right. So I hope you all understood this second topic, behavior of gas.
Ma'am,
Yes, yes.
ma'am, repeat the sentence.
Okay, okay. Average properties of gases are studied. Average properties of gases are studied. Are studied
Okay, ma'am.
in kinetic theory. So ये kinetic theory में what we do is we consider or we find average properties for gases. Okay, fine. Now let us move ahead. The next topic, that is ideal gas and real gas. Okay, we know that a gas obeying ideal gas equation at all pressure and temperature is an ideal gas. Okay, what a statement. All right. Now, one more thing is that the assumption, keep that assumption in mind that I mentioned earlier. Okay, one more assumption that is done in ideal gas is that there are no intermolecular forces present, which is not actual, like it is not the reality. That is why ideal gas do not exist. Okay. Real gases are composed of atoms or molecules which do interact with each other. They have written it over here. See, so I can underline this. Okay, in reality, the real gases that are there, the molecules are going to interact with each other, meaning there is going to be some kind of intermolecular forces present. Okay, fine. Hence, no real gas is truly ideal as defined here. If the atoms molecules of a real gas are so far, if the atoms molecules of a real gas are so far apart that there is practically no interatomic intermolecular interaction, the real gas is said to be an unideal state. Okay, so what is this statement, students? So I can mark this statement from here till here. No, no, from not from here. Wait, this statement till here. Okay, so when can I say that my real gas is in ideal state? When the molecules are very far away from each other. Okay, if the molecules are really far away from each other, even the small intermolecular forces won't be present. Okay, see why real gases are different than ideal gases. Ideal gases, the assumption is there are no intermolecular forces, but in reality, the molecules do interact with each other. Okay, but even in reality, if the molecules are very far away, okay, see if the atoms molecules of a real gas are so far apart that there is particularly no intermolecular interaction, okay, because of the far away distance that is there, then we can say that my real gas is in ideal state. Okay, I hope you all are understanding. This can happen. Okay, now the question arises: when will this happen? When will be the molecule so far away that there is no intermolecular force at all? So first situation when this, or first condition is when there is low density present. Okay, fine. See, students, low density means less number of molecules. So the molecules are free to go here and there wherever they want, even for far away distances. If the density is more, meaning the molecules are more. Okay, fine. So low density means less number of molecules. All right. So if molecules are less and already they are in motion, gaseous state, going here and there, so intermolecular forces are like negligible. So I can say my real gas is in ideal state. Okay, fine. At low pressures or high temperature, the molecules are far apart. And okay, this is another condition. Firstly, you all can mark these statements. Okay, very important. This is the first one. Then this is the second one. So first thing, when can a real gas be in ideal state? When there is low density. Second, when there is low pressure and high temperature. Okay, fine. Low pressure means, see students, as soon as I start applying pressure, the molecules are going to come near each other and the gas is going to slowly convert into liquid. So I have to see to it that my pressure is low and temperature is high. High temperature will result into more motion of the molecules. Okay. So at low pressure or high temperature, the molecules are far apart and therefore the molecular interactions are negligible. This is another condition. Okay, so if I go a little bit down. Okay, yeah. So under these conditions, behavior of real gases is close to that of an ideal gas. Again, ideal gas they do not exist. It is just a concept. So even real gases, they can be close to ideal gas, but they can never be ideal gas. Okay, fine. Of course, the temperature of the real gas must be well above its liquefaction temperature. Okay, you mark this statement. Okay, now say students, liquefaction, conversion of gases into liquids. Okay, fine. In this, when does this happen? When pressure is high, molecules come close to each other and temperature is low. Okay, now there is something known as critical temperature. So if your temperature is below that critical temperature, only then liquefaction is possible. But if my temperature is above the critical temperature, then liquefaction is not possible. Okay, no matter how much pressure you all apply. Okay, fine. The statement that I made you all right. Okay, in the first half of the session. So here what they have written is the temperature of the real gases that we are dealing with, its temperature must be well above the liquefaction temperature. Because if the temperature is near to that liquefaction temperature, there is a possibility that it will turn into liquid, which we do not want. We want the molecules to stay far away from each other. Okay, fine. In order to claim that it is an ideal state. Okay, fine. Ideal gas serves as a model to deduce certain properties of real gases, at least when the real gas is in the ideal state. Okay, fine. So, referring to like keeping in mind the ideal gas theory, many laws and everything have been developed, and similarly, many properties of gases can be obtained. You have studied deviation of real gas from ideal gas behavior in 11th chemistry. Okay, so if you all want to read more about it, okay, you all remember at the beginning I explained you all that when we can say why real gases or why the laws are applicable at high temperature, because then the graph that you will obtain for your real gas is near to your graph obtained from the ideal gas, okay, at high temperatures. But at low temperatures, what is happening? The graph obtained experimentally or the graph obtained for real gas is deviated a lot from the ideal gas graph. So that is what they are talking about. If you all don't remember that particular theory, you all can go and read it from your 11th textbook. Before I move ahead, everyone please let me know if you all understood till here.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. Okay, fine. All right. Okay, what we'll do is we'll stop here for today.